Hey guys, welcome back. So I know the last few videos have been pretty boring. It just kind of is what it is. We're playing catch up. I've been playing catch up in my day job since I had pneumonia in July, and so I've just been trying to catch up with that. So when it comes to editing, things like that, I really have to have time to spend a little while. So I've got a few other videos here queued up. A couple of them I just edited a whole bunch of video into a big chunk, and every few days I'll go in and I'll cut out the next video and we'll get it uploaded. So I think Shayna said she may have another kidding video or two. I know Mystique's two little ones. I think she got that on video. But yeah, so just bear with us. We'll get some fresher content. Obviously you're watching stuff that's back a month. We're here in the middle of March, and you're watching stuff that's been in January and February. So anyway, enjoy the video, stick with us. I am pulling Larry the Cable Guy. After all, it is Nebraska and it is super nice outside. I've got to scoop some poop. I won't put this in a video, but the old pile's getting pretty big. So anyway, stay tuned.
All right, guys, well, I just broke open some of the Durfurb Conceptade goat mineral. I just tossed a little bit in the feeders for now, just to give them a little something until I figure out exactly how I want to start giving it to them. But you can tell they're possessive over it. They've been without good mineral like this for too long. Like I said, when I got sick in July, it's kind of when everything kind of fell off the wagon. So lucky to have healthy kids and stuff like that, and now we just got to push hard to build the mineral back up. Once you start to see a deficiency, it could take you 5-6 months to bring it back. So like I said, they're in here eating on it already. Rebar here's got her nose stuck in it. I guess Haley's going to try to control it, or Misty. So anyway, that's kind of what we got going there. I got Brett over here. He thinks he's missing out on mineral. We got Honey over here. She's still digging for grain. She hasn't looked at their pile yet, which is in that shadow. So it is a little bit different colored mineral than some of you may be used to. I'll get in the shed here in a second. Like I said, I gotta finish my homemade creep gate disaster here. But I bought 3 bags of it, and here's what it looks like. It's really fine. You got a clay-based color to it compared to some of the other stuff. I'm plugged up right now, so I can't really smell it, but compared to some of the stuff that we've used before, they really go after this. You can see, I know you can get online and see it, but give you a little bit of the analysis here, even though I'm shaking, holding it with my left hand. So 1/2 ounce per day. You know, I guess in this case, we're kind of giving them, there's the ingredients if you want to see it. Again, I'm shaking like crazy, so go online and look it up. There's your feeding instructions. As it says, if overconsumption occurs, free choice salt can be provided. So if need be, I can always buy a regular salt block. I do have some iodized blocks out, so I can always grab a couple more if need be. But anyway, that is what we're feeding. Just their generic bag like this, and then on the side it says Conceptade goat. Conceptade. I've heard it a couple different ways. But anyway, when we get back later today, I gotta run Wyatt to class. We will figure something out with some kind of little hanging feeders, or I'll just toss it in the corner of their grain feeders for now. So we figured something out. But yeah, 150 pounds. And if you ain't provided good mineral in a while and your goats need it, you'll be surprised how fast you'll blow through a trash can of mineral. So anyway, like I said, we get this from Cooper Specialty Feeds in Union, Nebraska. Rob and Jody. It's around 44 bucks a bag, but it's good stuff. And as we start to get into late spring before we go into summer, I'll end up buying some of the Conceptaid tubs. They're a protein tub. I don't necessarily need it for the protein, but if it helps conception at all, especially if we can get on it long term. It would have been my goal that at this point we would have already been on it pretty hard, but I've got to kind of reset. I know one of you on YouTube here made a comment asking about it, and I said, yeah, here's the scenario. So here it is. I got it. I told you I'd be getting it. Tubs will come later. I think what I wouldn't mind seeing is, in addition to this, is if they make it, I think, in their cattle line. I don't remember if they make it in the Durafirm sheep line, but they make a protein and a mineral tub. And I think with the goats, I wouldn't mind seeing a mineral tub, just from the standpoint of give them two sources to get as much mineral as they can. And as you know, these are the leftover goat tubs. They are a little smaller. I don't have an example in here, sitting right here with all my buckets that I need to move. But they are smaller than the sheep tub. And it's kind of 6 one, half a dozen of the other. I wouldn't mind the sheep size tub, but these work fine too. Anyway, it'd be nice to see if they would consider doing a mineral, or if there's reasons to why they do not want to provide a mineral tub. Maybe it's just due to the market. Maybe there's just not a market for it. So anyway, guys, there it is. I will be putting some more out later. Okay, sorry for a little dusty. I've had you in my pocket for a while because Jason from Clear Creek is streaming the March Madness sale right now, so I'm listening to that, watching his live stream. But anyway, I'm working on my little homemade creep gate. I bought 8 5/16 electric fence posts, so small ones. I bought some, they call it 1/2 inch. It's one of those things, is it inside, outside, one of those type of things. So it's small enough that it just fits over. But that's a hot water line, like 400 degrees. Let's see, what the heck is it? No, it's 180 degrees, 400 PSI. So that's what I'm using. It's got a thinner diameter. It was $4.99 for an 8-foot stick at Orscheln's. And then I bought the 5/16 electric fence post. But anyway, I've got it set up right now to where I have like a 6-inch gap, couple bars, 6-inch gap, couple bars, 6. That's rough because I didn't, exactly measure it perfect. But one thing my dumb butt did not take into account was, okay, when I stick this up against this on the leg on the corner, this gap to the post, to this post, is about this much too far. So here I am with a belt sander and a Dremel tool. Well, it's a Craftsman, but with a broken bit, and I am trying to essentially knock these down because, well, the only thing I have is hole saw bits, and you can't really take a hole saw bit and stick it in one of them holes without like it jumping all over the place to like waller that hole out a little bit. And I don't have a router because, money and things, right? I have to justify a reason to buy one, and I haven't had a reason. I can always justify a reason to buy a tool. Whether or not Shayna sees the reason, if she hasn't requested a project be built in which I need rounded edges or something like that. Yeah. So anyway, if I would have to run to town to get some new bits. That spiral bit for that Dremel tool works pretty good, but it's choppy. I just need to get enough knocked out of there that, both sides I can clamp it and call it good. The other thing is, I think I'm going to leave these in here full length. I'm going to, like I said, on the bottom end, I'm going to clamp it on the pipe, so at least I've got a, what is it, like 1.5 inches is their height, something like that. 1.5 inch gap off the ground, so at least the rods are sticking out far enough down the bottom. But like Shayna said, you know, goats, they're going to do goat things. What if somebody tries to jump up? Because these will stick up quite a ways because they're 4 foot long, just like our panel height. But what if goat tries to be dumb goat and jumps over the, say, 2 foot, not quite 2 foot, of boards and impales themselves? You know, because I don't really want to lose any of these goats in here for something like that. So I think I'm either going to take some tin and screw it here and along here and then have it stick up, or a piece of, I do have a piece of plywood over there, I could do that, rip that down quick. Ooh, I could get my new saw out of the box and do that, but I'd have to set it up, or I could just draw a line and use my circular saw that's like 800 years old. It's probably the route we'll go for this quick thing. But that way, at least then I'll have kind of like a buckboard, what's the word? I don't know, a deterrent up there. So we'll see. And like I said, I've got interior in here. I cut all these at 18 inches because frankly, I don't need them 20 inches. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to keep at this. I'd probably be faster if I'd go find a woodchuck or a beaver and hold them here and train them to be held like a human pet and chew through this than the process I'm trying to go through right now. So in actuality, I should go buy a good tool to use for this, and then it would have offset the amount of money I saved by not buying a creep gate, and I'd be at square one, and I'd still have like a hack job wooden creep gate. But learning experiences. When I drew my center on these holes, basically what I did is I just set the center of the board. I squared it off the sides and the end. Shouldn't have done that. Should have set that closer. The problem was I didn't want to get too close, knowing these rowdy does. I wanted to leave enough meat on the board, but that's not what happened. So yeah, here we are. All right. I'll check in with you in a little bit. I'm going to get back to Jason's live stream because there was a couple goats that we can't afford that we wanted to watch, because it never fails. The ones that we were like, God, if we were going to do make some dumb decision and buy a goat that we don't have the money for, it would be like number A, B, and C. And then the A, B, and C always goes for like 3 times what we would be in the position to afford. And so, yeah. So, hey, at least we know how to pick good ones usually. But, yeah. So, anyway, check in with you in a little bit. Okay, well, yeah, I'm still not there yet, but that was frustrating. So I've got this knocked out, and that is me pulling it in to get them latched. I got to knock a pretty good amount out of there. Like I said, I should have measured center on center need there and moved that out. Anyway, we'll figure it out. They're not all cut the same. I need to round those all a little better. So anyway, like I said, I've got it hanging out the bottom. I've got them attached, holding it up, but I'm going to guess, I have a tape measure in my pocket. I was going to make an assumption. And so we are about 25 inches inside, but we're off the ground, not quite 4 inches. Like I said, it's a 20-inch gap there. So what I'll do is I'll go find something that I can come down here a couple inches, bring it up to here, have it come up here a couple feet, screw it across here and back down, whether that be a piece of tin or it be a piece of plywood, because Shayna's right. This will not be a deterrent. That'll just be, I don't know, Goat Impaler 2000. But I wanted to keep it on the outside so that way I can come in and I can still raise these and move these, but I think it'll be fine. Like I said, we are, if I can hold that so you can see it, we were about 6 inches on center with the PVC able to move there. So 1, 2, 3 spots to come in and out. Should be more than plenty, and that gap is small enough for these goats to get in, and I've been graining the moms in one of these, so that one's kind of dirty, but I left a couple others over here that I will probably bring in. They're not needing the lamp. It's supposed to be negative temps this upcoming week, so maybe I'll turn that back on, but I'll probably put feeders on this side, maybe one over here. That way the moms can't stick their heads in there and like reach up and get to it, because we all know that's what our moms like to do on creep gates. So anyway, that's where we're at. This shed, this is everything that came out of that pen. As you can see, I'm not quite as wide, but that's okay. I think, you know, I could make and adopt these for this scenario. I do like this ability because then it fits with my pins when I put them in a corner. So who knows, maybe I'll, you know, actually try next time and make it look good, measure it out correctly. This was just a very quick 2 inches on center, call it good type of project. So we'll see what happens. But like I said, the moms shouldn't be able to get their head in here and lift this up as easy as the North Star Boer goats one I have over here, because it hangs down farther. That other one, it sits basically flush with that, what would be this board here, so it very easily comes up. But like I said, I did not measure the gap. I have a 20-inch here. I don't remember what they have. I do complain of the height of that one, and then I thought, sure, my dumb butt probably made it the exact same as them, just because this was a piece of wood. I cut it in half, and that's what it was. So anyway, I'm going to go find some wood, put it on here, and bring a bucket of grain to them and see if the babies are ready to eat. And they also need some mineral over here. Okay, as you can see, I found a piece of scrap wood. Wasn't quite as tall as we were hoping for, but I think it'll work. If I need to, I could actually come in and cut those off, which I anticipated having to do anyway. But I think what would be kind of cool is if I design this and you had like a dado blade or a router that you could run, or a table saw that, which I have now, that you could set very thin and put just a thin cut in here, which would be a dado cut type of thing, which I don't think the DeWalt saw I bought has that capability. But you'd have a 2x6 here and put just a thin cut in there, to where if you had like a thin piece of plywood, if you needed to keep the babies in, you could just drop that or lock them out, one or the other. I guess I could always at this point drop extra electric fence posts in here. That'd keep them in too, or out. So anyway, I don't know how that'll work, but I got a couple here, a couple through the middle, a couple down on the edge. I think it'll work for now. Still allows me to move them. So I'll set that up and we'll see where this goes.